Hey, Money Mike here. Quick question. Do you earn more than you used to but somehow feel less free? That is not just in your head. It is a money trap hiding inside your own paycheck. Today we pull it apart and find the way out. Let's get into it. Back in 1765, a French philosopher named Denis Diderot was famously and miserably broke. He had spent his whole life writing and had almost nothing to show for it. He could not even scrape together a dowry for his own daughter's wedding. Then, out of nowhere, his luck turned. The Empress of Russia bought his entire personal library, and overnight, this broke old scholar suddenly had real money in his pocket. Soon after, a friend gave him a gift, a gorgeous scarlet dressing gown, by far the finest, most beautiful thing he had ever owned. He slipped it on and he loved it, but then he glanced around his shabby little study, and for the first time, something started to feel deeply wrong. Next to that elegant robe, his worn old chair suddenly looked like junk, so he replaced it, then the desk, then the rug and the art on the walls. Item by item, his entire home quietly transformed to match a single robe, and the broke philosopher slid right back into the debt he had just escaped. He was so disturbed by what had happened to him, he sat down and wrote a whole essay about it. Today, we call this the Diderot Effect. And here is the thing, it is running quietly in your own life right now. One nice purchase, triggering a slow cascade that reshapes almost everything you own. Let me show you how one small thing becomes 10, and exactly how to stop the dominoes before they take your whole budget down with them. So what exactly is the Diderot Effect? It is actually pretty simple. A single new possession quietly raises the standard for everything else that is sitting around it. You buy one thing that is just a little nicer than the rest of your stuff, and almost instantly, the rest of your stuff starts to look wrong. That beautiful new thing does not just sit there quietly minding its own business. It silently judges everything standing next to it. Your old couch was perfectly fine yesterday. Then the big new television shows up on the wall, and suddenly that same couch looks tired, lumpy, and small. So in a strange way, you do not really own the new thing. Bit by bit, the new thing starts to own the entire room around it. And the sneaky part is just how invisible it all feels. Every single step looks like a normal, harmless little purchase from the inside. Because one upgrade always becomes the quiet excuse for the next one. And that is the exact moment the dominoes start to fall. So watch how the dominoes actually fall. It almost never stays just one purchase. Things tend to come in sets, and your brain badly wants the whole set to match. You buy a sharp new pair of shoes. Now your old jeans look shabby right next to them, so before long, the jeans have to go too. Then the new jeans want a better jacket. The better jacket wants the nicer watch, and the watch quietly starts asking for the better haircut. Or you move into a slightly nicer apartment. Now all your old furniture looks cheap inside it. So the couch, the table, and the rug all get swapped out to fit the new walls. Each single upgrade is tiny. Each one feels completely reasonable all on its own. And that is exactly why the whole thing works so well on you. Nobody ever sits down and decides to inflate their entire life in one afternoon. You do it one small, sensible, perfectly logical step at a time. And it scales right up with the price tag. New countertops make the old cabinets look dated. New cabinets make the floor look dated. A small kitchen fix becomes a full renovation. Then you look up a year later, standing in the middle of a completely upgraded life, honestly wondering where on earth all of your money went. So why does your brain insist on all of this matching? Because deep down, you carry a real need for the things you own to feel like one single, unified whole story. Psychologists actually call it a desire for unity. You want all of your stuff to clearly belong together and to obviously belong to you. One nicer item quietly breaks that story. It opens up a little gap, and that gap nags at you until you spend money to close it back up. Then there is identity. The very moment you buy something nicer, you start to feel like the kind of person who owns nice things. And that brand new version of you quietly expects nicer everything. The car, the clothes, the kitchen, it all has to rise up to match the new you. There is one more hidden pull. Once you own the nicer thing, you start noticing who else has it and who has the version sitting just above yours. So the spending was never really about the stuff at all. It is about keeping one neat little story feeling consistent inside your own head. And here is the uncomfortable part. Companies understand all of this far better than you do. The Diderot Effect is not some unfortunate glitch that businesses quietly tolerate. It is a deliberate strategy they carefully design their products around. Just think about how one single phone pulls you in, then the matching earbuds, then the watch, then the tablet, the entire glowing ecosystem. Each new device is built to work best with the others, so leaving any single one of them out slowly starts to feel a little broken. It is exactly why a store sells you the complete, head-to-toe look, and not just the single shirt. That matching set is the whole entire point. It is why a brand new car arrives with a free trial of some upgrade you never even knew you needed until that very moment. And clever financing hides the true size of the domino. When the price is sliced into tiny monthly pieces, the whole cascade feels almost free, right until the bills land. They are not really selling you one single product. They are selling you the first domino and quietly counting on all the rest of them to fall. Now here is what this whole cascade is actually costing you. Every single upgrade quietly becomes your new normal. The thrill of it fades surprisingly fast, but that higher baseline just stays right where it is. The scarlet robe stops feeling like luxury almost immediately. It simply becomes the plain floor that you now expect to stand on every single day. So the joy you bought is completely temporary, but the new, higher cost of running your life from now on is completely permanent. And it compounds. A nicer home wants nicer furniture, which wants nicer everything, which quietly demands a bigger income just to keep feeding it. A $200 upgrade is almost never really just $200. It is the down payment on a whole new, more expensive tier of spending. This is exactly how a raise disappears. The money goes up, the life quietly inflates to match it, and somehow the real breathing room never actually grows. So you did not really buy a thing at all. You quietly signed up for a far more expensive version of your entire life. And maybe the cruelest part is that it never actually finishes. Once your stuff finally all matches, that matching simply becomes the new baseline. So now you need something even nicer just to feel that little spark again. You are basically running on a treadmill that quietly speeds up a little every single time you reach out for more. And it slowly resets your entire sense of normal. The thing that felt like a real treat last year quietly becomes the bare minimum this year. There is no top shelf where the wanting finally stops. There is always one more thing, sitting just out of reach, that does not quite match yet. The Diderot Effect promises you a perfectly finished life, but by its very design, it is a chase that never once lets you arrive. So how do you actually stop the dominoes? You cannot count on raw willpower halfway through the cascade. The real trick is to never let that very first domino tip over in the first place. Before you buy something nicer than what you already own, just pause for one honest second and ask yourself a single simple question. Will this one thing make me want to upgrade 10 other things to match it? If the answer is yes, you are not buying an item. You are buying an entire cascade. You can also run the whole thing in reverse. Diderot himself called it deacquisition, deliberately letting go of things instead of forever adding more of them. Decide on purpose what tier of life you genuinely live in. Then buy things that quietly fit that tier, and not the shinier one sitting just above it. When something finally wears out, replace it at the same level, not with an upgrade that drags everything else in the room up along with it. And give every new want a real waiting period. Most cascades are powered by a quick flash of feeling, and a flash will almost always fade if you sit with it for a week. Then separate the new thing from your old stuff on purpose. A single nice item does not get to judge everything else you already own and love. Let your old couch just be a couch. It was perfectly fine yesterday, and honestly, it is still perfectly fine today. None of this means you can never own anything nice again. It just means you get to choose the upgrade, instead of letting the upgrade quietly choose you. So here is the whole idea, start to finish. One nice purchase can quietly trigger a cascade that slowly reshapes your life and your entire budget around it. The goal was never a perfectly matching life. It is catching that very first domino and deciding for yourself whether you actually let it fall. If this changed how you see your next purchase, do me a favor and subscribe. We fix the way you think about money, one trap at a time. I am Money Mike. I will see you in the next one.